then Taylor. Woman in the back, and then Taylor.
I have a two-part question that relates to Monfort Street. From what you guys have said, it sounds like there's been no site inspection with specs and measurements taken before you designed the project. Is that right? No. No. So you already took
The site inspection is done before we start the design.
Okay. So you already took measurements. You already determined that your design, for whatever reason, which I want to know, why does it need to be 15 feet? What are the ADA requirements?
ADA requirement 5 feet of flat, nice and flat. If I have 5 feet of flat sidewalk, which I think on monitor we can do it.
And can I
Because the design, in order, okay.
Can I just,
When we did,
sorry, I just want to add, the ADA requirements don't pertain, I mean, they're mainly focused on the corners, not the entire length of the lot. The ramps are on the corners, though.
5 feet.
The width of the sidewalk should be ADA compliant.
Right, but I'm saying that it could, the curb, the actual curb cut is out on the end of the block, not in the middle of the block.
What about a wheelchair on the sidewalk?
Well, I mean, there are.
You gotta have 2 wheelchairs to pass along. Now, the width of the sidewalk.
This project had that concern.
What, 15 feet is needed? You need it, in order for a sidewalk to be ADA compliant, it's got to have 15 feet?
No, we don't.
No.
Five. And 3 feet where the trees are.
It's different.
When I say 5 feet, that is curb, utility street, and then 5 feet, which you have more than on Monitor Street. So I'm not. But hear me out. The measurement goes from the property line. So the curb line is 15 feet away from the property line, no matter how we look at it. Do you understand?
No, since 1901 it hasn't been that way. Since 1901 when the houses were built.
Ever since the map for the streets were done, that's where the map should
We're
be.
still back to why just on Monitor Street? Why not every block in all of the streets? From the ADA compliant sidewalk.
Okay, one at a time, please.
It always goes back to why our block.
I'm sorry, you're not the one to answer that question. Who it is? Because you haven't been able to answer it.
No, I did answer that question, that DOT, our client, decides where the project is required and which priority. It is DOT. DOT funds this job, DDC designs and constructs it. When I put my hand here, but DDC.
So the answer is that if we go to the DOT and tell them we want Monitor Street out of the project, that's what we should do.
This is to the board. In the letter, it indicates this is a long-standing priority for the community board and the elected officials. So weren't you all aware of what is going on?
Actually, this project has been on the books for many, many years. And yes, it has. And we are in support of capital improvement projects within the neighborhood, of course. But this was lack of outreach, I believe. And, you know, it has nothing really to do with the community board.
Could I please ask a question?
Yes.
To our elected officials. Survey anybody on Monitor Street. I don't know of anybody that wants this to happen, but think about the cuts that are happening. We have children losing services in schools. Our elderly, they're cutting Meals on Wheels. Numerous across the board. Police, fire, state services. We don't need this project on Monitor between Nassau and Norman. If you walked our block, sir, our block is a beautiful block. We take care of our property, our homes are beautiful. Everything is documented. Sir,
just to address that,
I don't know anybody on the block that wants it. Can you work to help us stop this, please?
Just to address the first part of your statement, it's tough. I hear that a lot, and I feel the same way often. Where I say, you know, we got money for things that we don't necessarily want, and yet we're cutting in areas of things that are essential services. Unfortunately, it's not a one-to-one thing. This is stimulus money. This is specifically for capital improvements. You can't, you know, I would love to be able to try to use that for senior services or whatever, but unfortunately, that's not the way that the structure of it works. That being
For
said,
other capital
sorry?
services, for other services and not for our block?
Well, I'd have to talk to DDC and to DOT, and that's what Joe was just saying, is that it's about using it someplace else on a block that maybe needs it more.
Can we please work to do that? Can we ask our elected officials, can we please ask your assistance in working with us to please try to get this so that it does not happen?
Absolutely.
You have it.
And you have approval of people.
You'll have my commitment also.
Phone calls to whoever you tell us to call. Right,
Okay.
when you make the announcement. If you can
By the
start
way,
the ball rolling.
everybody signed in, right?
Taylor in the back and then Tony Argento had a question.
That's gonna happen to me anyway, I'm wondering about the staging of the project, and there's none at this point, whether or not you're going to compare Pool Street between Apollo and Manhattan, or if there will be blocks that will be started, dug up, and completed in a certain section, or if it will be,
It's not going to be all open at once,
okay. When will
in
we
sections.
know?
Once the contractor comes on board, we will have, in our language, normally we do tell them that he cannot work in more than 2 blocks at a time. Because if he's here, he is doing his work, he's preparing this, he's finishing it, he's moving on. He can't move to the 3rd block. That's the normal language that we have.
And so that's gonna be for now, it'll be dug down, sewer replaced, backfill, roadway.
He may do water main all the way through because that is faster.
Right.
So he may start from one side, finish up water main. Then he might hit the sewer block last, or he might want to start there first. It's like I said, it's all up to contractor where he wants to start.
Well, it's not.
Because but hold on. We also have school nearby, so he has to make his schedule in a way so he's not within the school zone at certain times. So, we give them certain flexibility, but at the same time, we tell them not to have the whole, site open.
But if you're doing water main continuously from Apollo to Manhattan, will that be open during the entire time of that?
Right, but still, same thing. He can't have the trench open all the way through.
But it will be back.
He has to backfill. He has to backfill and then move on.